Hello, my name is Taylor and welcome to this vlog. I'm not going to say it's a reading vlog because I'm not sure how much actual reading I will get done, but I thought it would be fun to bring y'all along as we travel down to South Carolina. We'll be going the end of June to like mid-July. I think it's June 29th through July 11th. So we'll be there for the 4th of July to celebrate with friends and family. We have a lot of people we need to see in a short amount of time. So it's not going to be a restful trip, but I think it'll be a good and fun, so helpful trip. Because I miss South Carolina. It's my home. I grew up there. I lived there my whole life, 30 years. And yeah, it'll be good to go home. So we haven't been back. We moved to Indiana August 12th, so not quite a year, but time is weird, y'all. Like, it feels like it has been a year, but also not nearly a year. Like, when you're living through a lot of stuff happening and you just kind of go, it feels like so much time has passed. But time is weird. So, anyways, we're going down there, and I also wanted to show y'all, we're staying with my mother-in-law, and this is also the year of our 10th anniversary. We got married on June 25th, 2016, and so I thought it'd be fun to show y'all the property. So I'm kind of playing with what I will call this vlog because, you know, this is the 250th anniversary of our nation's birth. And so I am actually reading some Revolutionary War books for the Red, White, and June readathon. So I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to call this. But maybe just broadly, this will be America-themed vlog. I did get some books from the library, and I wanted to show y'all what I got and also talk about what I'm currently reading. So first up, I'm going to try not to show my library sticker on these, but first up, I got 1776 by David McCullough. My friend Tammy from the Protagonist Pub is doing a read-along for this book, and this book has been everywhere because it's the 250th anniversary. I've heard this author is really good. He's a great historian. His books are pretty readable, and I'm always kind of apprehensive about nonfiction just in general, especially not Christian nonfiction, but like factual. I mean, it looks thicker than it is. A lot of this is like bibliography, so I think it's like less than 300 pages. So we'll see if this actually gets read, but I grabbed it from my library just in case. And then, let's see, I got this short, like, check out the kids section, y'all, because you can find some good finds. So let's see if I can cover this up. Okay, so the Simple History series, I guess, a simple guide to the American Revolution. So it's got like different drawings and stuff that are like kid friendly, but it has like facts in here. So I thought this was a nice way to digest some information. And then I found this is really cool. I have not seen this except for this book. So it's a 250 book. Look, Happy Birthday America, 250 Years of the United States. How cool is that? It's by Becky Baines, and it's a DK book. So I thought that was pretty cool. So it says, Happy Birthday America, and it has a description of that, and USA Today to now. And like facts and fun, a whoopie pie, the Southeast. Like, it has like things for different parts of the US. I don't know if I'm showing this to you all at all, but Great Americans, History Happens. So just flipping through this, I can see a couple of things that are maybe a little bit political, but we'll see how I like that. But I thought that was cool. They actually made a book for it. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Like, sure. Okay, and then the last one I was super pumped to find because I actually have an American Revolutionary War hero ancestor, and she's a woman, and she is actually kind of famous. She has a memorial in Travelers Rest, South Carolina. I've actually gone to see it, and I did a vlog on it, so if I remember, I will link it below in case you haven't seen it, but it was a fun one. I enjoyed doing that vlog. A bit of my family history and everything, and so I think they're trying to make a bronze statue of her as well, but they haven't got up the money yet. But that vlog was a couple of years ago. I'm all over the place with this explanation, but anyways, I know the gist of her story from like Google, but I've always wondered, is there like an actual book with her story? And I just was thinking as I was looking through the books at the library, the kids' books, I was like, wouldn't it be fun if I could find a book that had her information in it? I think I found, like, it was a couple of years ago, I found one book that had like a tiny paragraph about her. I was like, well, okay. There is an actual full book about her. And I may have to buy this just to have her in my collection because she's my ancestor. So, Rebel with a Cause, Dicey Langston, Girl Spy of the American Revolution. That's my ancestor, y'all. And that is so cool. Like, I'm just so, like, I'm amazed that I have somebody who actually has bravery and did the right thing on the right side of history. So, like, the illustrations are pretty cool, and I can't wait to read her story. I know that she like smuggled messages, and she like, oh, there it is. She had people at gunpoint at one point. So, and I know she like almost drowned. I think I saw it when I flipped through it looking at it. But there's a scene. There is a, yep. She like almost drowns at one point. So I'm gonna be reading this. So I was super pumped. I'm gonna have to get my own copy of that. So what I am currently reading, I am reading Spark of the Revolution by Megan Soja. I found it on Hoopla. Yeah, it was Hoopla. I was just thinking, Libby or Hoopla, one of the two. It's on Hoopla, and I'm listening to the audiobook, and I am enjoying it so far. It's about a young woman who, her father was in the American colonies, and he stayed there for some reason, and she was back in Britain with her mother, and her mother died, so she and her brother are on their way to the American colonies. And her father is a staunch loyalist, and so I think the romantic interest is a patriot. So there's some tension going on there. I've heard like everybody reading and loving this book, so I'm joining the crowd. I actually was not planning on picking up this book, but I had a DNF, and I need to read something to be a good co-host for the Red, White, and June readathon. So I'm going to be doing a recent reads video soon-ish. Probably after I get back, but yeah, I'll talk more about the book that severely disappointed me that I was trying to read for this readathon. That was an American Revolutionary book, so stay tuned for that. I think that's everything I want to say for now, but again, I'm not sure how much flies. Anyways, I'm not sure how much I will be able to read, but at the very least, I can show you a little bit of my time in South. Hello, so I went shopping and I got a few things I wanted to share with y'all, some books and some clothing. P.S. My kids are awake and making noises. One of them is playing her Yoto player, so hopefully YouTube doesn't dock me for that. But anywho, first place we went to was Sam's Club. We went for food, but ended up getting more stuff. But I love Sam's Club shirts. You can get some really cool shirts for cheaper. So I highly recommend, if you're doing the tourist thing and you want some souvenir type t-shirts, check out a Sam's Club, because they may have what you're looking for a lot cheaper than what you would find elsewhere. So I was really hoping to get some South Carolina t-shirts, because I would love to represent my home state, my home. And they had this South Carolina sweater, and you know, it's the 250th anniversary, so they have all this Americana stuff, but I had to get the South Carolina one. It obviously, I cannot wear this right now because I will die, but I'm sure it will get cool quickly this year, so I have that on deck. I also got a Americana shirt, a Freedom 250th anniversary shirt. I've been wanting a 250 shirt because I hadn't gotten one yet, and this one glows in the dark. It's a men's shirt. It's kind of large on me, but rather too large than too small. So got that. And then this is so stinking cute. It's pink, one of my favorite colors. So I heart SC with the flowers. Love it. And then, let's see. Oh, I guess the hub's got one too. I did not realize that. We'll be matching. And then this is the other South Carolina t-shirt that I thought was really pretty. Let's see. I didn't see these in Indiana. They don't have an Indiana version of these at our Sam's Club. No, it's not Elma. Okay, so this is a flowery South Carolina shirt. It says the Palmetto State. Established 1788 at the bottom. So I thought that was really cute. It kind of reminds me of like a seed packet or something. I don't know, but I thought that was really cute. So that's the no, there's more from Sam's Club. There is one book I got, and it is gorgeous. Like, look at this special edition Narnia book, 17 bucks. I gotta hurry. In covers are so pretty. It's the Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobes there. It's all the wintry themed books because the White Witch, right? And then the interior has some illustrations as well. So I'm really excited. I love Narnia, and I just had to, because you can see some other special editions that are like way more expensive. Okay, last place I went to was Ollie's, and they had their 15% off everything sale going on. They extended it, so yeah, that was good. I gotta hurry. Mama Bear Apologetics Guide to Sexuality by Hillary Morgan Furrer with T.C. Cannon. These names, y'all, I can't do them. I have the actual book. I gotta hurry, y'all. Someone's spiraling. Okay. The Heiress of Winterwood by Sarah E. Ladd. So I have book 2, the Headmistress one. So I got book 1, so we'll see how I like it. And then the last thing, the piece de resistance. I got a Sherlock Holmes set, so I have all the books. I'm ready to go. So speaking of Alma, we read these together, so I'm ready to go. So it was normally $26, but whatever, 15% off of that. But I don't know if these are illustrated or not, but I have to crack them open. But I have all of them ready to go, so I gotta go feed people. Hello. So I mentioned before that we are staying here at my mother-in-law's property. She has about 30 acres here, and we got married here 10 years ago. Even though we weren't here on the day of, this is like 10 years later. So it's just an interesting thing to see. I don't think many people can say that they can go back to their venue and look at everything. Back then, my mother-in-law did not have a house here. Now she does. So things look a lot different than what they used to be, but I thought I'd show you so you can see a small taste of what her property looks like, because it's gorgeous out here. It's very hot as well, so I'm going to try and do this a little bit quickly, but I thought I'd take you along. So here's her house now, and her driveway is behind it right there. So all of this land and what she now has as her fenced-in backyard, we used all of that for parking. So I am currently standing in the shade, so it's a lot better instead of the direct sunlight. But yeah, I can tell y'all, is just as hot as it was the day we got married. I always joke that people will never forget our wedding because of how hot it was. But we used these 2 trees to have like pictures strung up on them, and I think we had like a we made our own dance platform thing out of plywood and like pallets and stuff, so we made it ourselves. And we had a very, very budget wedding. Like, the venue is probably the most expensive thing that people pay for a lot of times, and you know, it was for free for us. So these trees are new. She just planted those, but we're not even at the site we got married yet, so it's a little bit of a walk. But where this flag is now, there was a tree here. So I really wanted to not have him see me until the last minute. So I, the bride, like waited around here for my cue and walked this way. And right in front of that tree, we had our guest book. So this is where we got married. So it's like, it's a little bit more thinned out than it was back then. There's a house back there now, so yeah, that wasn't there before. But this is the tiny little field that we got married at. This is where, you know, my side and then the hub's side. Actually, fun fact, it was so hot that we got married at like around 5-ish, and the sun was beating down, and everybody was like, they moved over here so they could be in the shade. This was all in sun. And so that was something to see coming down the aisle, but it's fine. I'm glad nobody passed out. So like I said, it was hot. So you can actually see the remnants of where we got married. So we had, I don't know if you'll be able to see, I'm going to try to put some pictures up so you can see, but we had like a whole wall of tree stumps that Luke and I cut down together. So we had a wooden backdrop. So this is where I stood to get married. And y'all, it's gorgeous here. Like, I love all the woods. So you can look back here and see that vantage point. So yeah, that's where we got married. She does have, like, her property goes way back. So that's a trail to get to where all the woods are back there. She has some deer stands and stuff. I'm not going to walk back there now because that's a bit of a trek. Maybe one year, I believe we're going to come back here once a year every year. So maybe one year I'll take y'all down there, but that is that way. But I do want to take y'all, we did not do anything wedding related down that way, but I do want to take y'all to where we had our pictures done. So yeah, we had, all along here was where our reception was, like with the tables and stuff, and our buffet line was right there. And yeah, she has a shed here now. It's just funny how you can see how a place has changed in 10 years. It's crazy it's been that long. But yeah, it was like I had a friend do my hair and makeup. My mom and my aunt, they made my dress. And I love that dress. I actually designed it myself. And they made it. So it was everything I wanted. It was custom fit. Don't fit anymore. But I am bigger than I once was, but maybe one day I might be able to fit it in again. Who knows? Maybe I can pass it on to my daughter. But okay, so we're walking down here to where we had our pictures done. And again, this is, I figured most people don't have access to something like this, so I thought I would share. Maybe I'll do like a video in the future where I like talk about books and just, you can see the scenery. But we're almost there. So it's definitely a lot cooler in the woods versus out in out in the open. Yeah, so this is where we got all our pictures done. And yeah, there's the trail continues that way to the back. But yep, these are all, here it is. In South Carolina. I need to finish this vlog, but I realized that I was meaning to explain more about our travels, but we were just so busy, y'all. So I'm gonna share like a snapshot of our time in South Carolina, and then I will share with you this haul. Can you hear the cicadas? Okay, so I said when we first moved here, we had traveled all in one day, and I said never again. I'm gonna eat my words here. So we had planned months ago. We had reserved a campground site in Tennessee, which is between Indiana and South Carolina. So we were gonna make a pit stop and stay there for the night and camp. Thought it would be fun to do with our family. However, there was an extreme heat wave coming through, which July is pretty hot anyway, but extreme heat wave. So we get there around 3 o'clock, and we had actually just bought a tent at a yard sale for $50. It was a massive tent, like mansion tent. It fits like 4 queens. So all of us, our 2 dogs, our 2 kids, and me and my husband could fit in it. So my husband got that all set up. We were getting very sweaty. Like, it was so hot. The dogs were like panting to death. My kids were getting all, their faces were getting red, their heads were getting wet. And yeah, it was just not a good thing. The only silver lining to this was that I got to meet Amanda, which I should have put a picture in the lineup of my video, so you'll have already seen that. But yeah, I got to meet her, and that was worth it. It was a struggle with it being so hot, but I'm so glad she got to come up because we were close enough that she and her little family could come up. So I got to meet Blake and little man in person, and it was awesome. They're so nice. I love them. But we had burgers together, and it was so fun. And while I'm talking about it, Amanda got me a gift. So she got me Face to Face, Walking with God in the Wilderness, and this is by the Daily Grace Co. So she said it is a Moses study, and I love Daily Grace Co. stuff. It's just beautiful artwork with beautiful devotions and things. So I am looking forward to diving into that. Moses is one of my favorite Bible characters. I love Genesis and Exodus. Those are my top 2 favorite Bible books so far. I haven't read all of the Bible, but have that. And then she also got me some journaling Bible books. So I have Genesis, so it's like one of those where you can have the scripture on one side and a journaling page on the other. So I love those. It's not the same style, but I had one of those for Galatians when my church did a Bible study. So the other one is Exodus. So perfect books, Amanda. I don't know if you did that on purpose. You knew those were my favorite books, but they are. So that was really, really sweet of her, and I really appreciate it. So, but the best gift was getting to meet them. So after they left, we got everything cleaned up, and my husband and I looked at each other, and we were like, should we leave? It is miserably hot, and we were worried about heat injury. So we went back and forth for like 10 minutes because I really did not want to drive through the night, y'all. I did not want to do it. We were, it's all day traveling already, and the heat just zaps the energy out of you. Asked my husband, can you do this? Can you do this? Because he's the one that was going to drive. So we decided to pack up and leave. We left at midnight, and it was like 88 at that point, so still miserably hot. Like, there ain't no way. So, my husband made it 2 hours, and I look over at him, and I'm like, are you okay? And he told me later he was seeing things. So I kind of recognized that he was not okay, and he's like, I'm kind of tired. And I'm like, if my husband says he's tired, he's tired. So I was like, all right, put me in, coach. I'm gonna drive. I've been preparing for this for years, like mom life, newborn life especially. Like, I've kind of been there, done that. I don't love that, but I am capable of staying up all night if I have to. So it was a struggle. It routed us through Atlanta because there were some Kentucky flooding going on right then. So we went down and then back up to upstate South Carolina. So, yeah, it was like a whole day thing. These bugs, y'all, leave me alone. Yeah, we arrived at my mother-in-law's house at like 7-ish. So, yeah, we drove six-ish hours through the night. It was not fun, but we made it. We took like a day and a half to recover. Like, I was tired for the longest, and I got sick, and it was a whole thing. But like every single day we were meeting someone. So it was not a relaxing trip at all, but it was good. We got to see a lot of people, and I got to meet another special person from BookTube. I got to meet Lauren, which I think I also put that picture in there. Got to meet her and her daughter. We met halfway. She lives in North Carolina, so we met halfway at a bookstore called Got Books, and it's in Shelby, North Carolina, and it's like a hole in the wall. Honestly, it kind of looks sketchy from the outside, but it was kind of cool. They had like different things in there, and it was set up kind of cool. They had like everything, like a little bit of everything to suit different types of readers. And I did get one book from there. I got The French Kitchen. I saw this. It's a used book. I got it for $6.50. This is by Christy Cambron, who is actually a Hoosier. So I thought that was kind of funny because I've been meaning to go to an author event that she might go to around here. Haven't been able to yet, but this is her most recent release, I think, or maybe the one before. I don't know. It's a newish release for her. So I was kind of surprised to find it, honestly, for that cheap. So maybe I'll take it with me to get her to sign it one day. But this is a World War II book, which is not typically my thing, but I've heard Christy Cambron is a good writer. She does a lot of extensive research, so I can respect that. Like, I can put my money behind someone who puts the work in. So I'm just going to read the top tagline. As Paris rebuilds in the aftermath of World War II, Kat Fontaine never expected the skills she learned in a French chateau kitchen to be the key that unlocks the secrets swirling in her new post-war life. So it's set in Paris 1952 and Rue 1943. So it's a dual timeline, kind of close together. But I love this cover. I love blue, so maybe that's why, but I got that. And Lauren, bless her heart, and her sweet daughter, they were so sweet. They gave my children gifts and little books and stuff. I did want to show you one thing that they got me, because Lauren made this, y'all. So she made me and my daughter. I don't have my daughters because it's in their chest of drawers and they're sleeping right now. So she got me this t-shirt. She made me this t-shirt. So it's America, and it has scripture on there, and I thought that was so stinking cute. I am pumped to match my daughter, and she made it big enough to where she can wear it next year. So isn't that so cute and so sweet of her? I love it. So yeah, I'm so grateful for her and her friendship. Both her and Amanda have been huge blessings to me. I have one more book that I can haul. I got this book recently in the mail. This is a new release. I pre-ordered it. Don't typically do that, but the cover, y'all, it is so stunning. It is a Christian Regency romance. I think it's set in India. Yep, India. So don't see a lot of books like that. I'll read the tagline. Two souls find themselves caught between obligation and longing. So I wanted to support Janelle Hovde because she's supportive of BookTube and Bookstagram. But she's so talented, y'all. She does the illustrations and stuff, so not just her books, but other books too. And they're all extremely impressive. And then let me update y'all on the books that I read. Let's start with these little children's books that I showed y'all earlier. So The Simple Guide to the American Revolution. This one was just a short one. I mean, the illustrations kind of remind me, I don't know what, like a game or something? I don't know. Like the style of artwork is, like, it's good, but also it kind of reminds me of some type of common artwork for kids now that I can't think of what it's called, or maybe I'm just making things up. But this was helpful. I mean, I don't know how much stuck in my brain, but it gave like a short, title for what the battle was and description. I did notice a couple of typos in here, which is kind of disappointing for that short a book. So there's that. But I looked and I was like, this is an indie published book, I do believe. This is not a big publishing house. That's kind of impressive that he's putting out these books, because he has more simple guides. So there's the different ones he has. So I may look into more of them. Like, it was probably not the greatest American Revolutionary War book ever, but if you need something, there it is. And then I really, really enjoyed reading about my ancestor, y'all. Like, I am going to be getting me a copy of this. She was an amazing woman, so strong and courageous. Like, I was just a little bit dumbfounded that this woman did all this stuff as a young person. Like, she was a teenager, I think. So I will be getting me a copy of that eventually. And then the last one, I did not read 1776. I haven't even picked it up. So who knows if that will actually even get read. In July, I had good intentions, y'all. I want to read it, but I just don't know. I don't know. Nonfiction is not my thing. But anyways, this book. I can't say I would necessarily recommend this. I think I mentioned earlier that it has some things in here that I was like, okay, so for example, this timeline. It doesn't mention the Civil War, which I think is a pretty big part of history. It has President Abraham Lincoln issues the Emancipation Proclamation. So I don't know what their purpose is. Like, I was trying to figure out, like, why would they have chosen some things over others to portray in this book? Like, what, there's a lot of stuff, like, you can't put all of American history on 2 pages, right? I get that, but it's just kind of interesting, some of the things that they chose. And then this concept is pretty cool, where you have, like, a region of the United States and, like, different facts and stuff, but also, like, some of these facts I was like, could they not have chosen a better fact? And like I said, there's a couple of things in here, the way it was worded, or some entries in here where I don't know. I can strongly suspect someone's political leanings based on what's in here. So it's not like in your face, but as an adult, I can kind of read between the lines or kind of guess. So it's all right. Like, I kind of glazed through it because honestly, that was kind of irritating me a little bit. Like, what you choose to include in a history book kind of can clue you into a lot. So anyways, there's that. I think the only other book that I finished that is Americana related is Spark of the Revolution by Megan Soja. So I did finish it. I rated it, I think it was 3.5 stars. Yeah. It was fine. It was enjoyable. I liked it. There was a few things about the plot that I thought were kind of cliche. Overall, it's a good, clean romance. I learned some things about the Boston Tea Party. It kind of gave me a better picture of what Boston was like during that time frame, like the tensions and things. So I do recommend it. I think I've heard that the books subsequently get better, so I will continue to read that series, maybe even this month. I think that's all I have to share with y'all. If you made it this far in the video, let me know something fun that you did this summer. I would love to hear. So thank you so much for watching. Bye, y'all.